Hello twin flames and welcome to this reading. So I'm going to do a video about union because I am a twin flame in union. I've been in union with my divine masculine for 3 years now in July, and there is an age gap between us. I'm nearly 46, he's just turned 27, so there's a 19-year age gap. We do live together, and he has also got his own channel, Blue Eyes Tarot. So he also does readings about the divine masculine perspective, and I'm supporting his channel today wearing this t-shirt. So, I want to talk a bit about union and what union can be, what to expect, and kind of to give you a more realistic approach to it. Because when we're wanting union, it's all we can think about. We want our twin, we're wondering how magical it can be, and we also can put it up on a pedestal. And when you're in union, it's just very normal. Being with your twin, it will be a very normal thing, a very natural thing, because it is a natural thing to be with your twin flame. And when you come into union, you'll realise that. And it will just be so beautiful and magical and perfect. But you also realise that it's not kind of blown out of proportion in any way. So I just want to read you the comment that came through from one of our soul sisters about union. So this lady commented and said, I know you've spoke a bit about it here, but I'd love to hear more about what your experience is like now as a twin flame in union. Is that crazy passion still there? How are you both together? And I have so many questions, lol. So I want to answer a little bit about this. So is the crazy passion still there? The crazy passion never goes away. 3 years on, and I still want and love George like I've always wanted and loved George. It's magical, and it's still there. And the fact that there's an age gap between us as well, and I've done videos on age gaps before, it doesn't affect a thing. It does not affect a thing. In fact, it makes us stronger. And we don't care what people think anyway. So, before union, you may care about what people think. You may, judge things and wonder about things and stress over things. But when you're in union, those things don't even come in. So yes, the passion is there. It's crazy. It's magical. But it doesn't take over our lives. It's not like we're jumping each other's bones every 5 minutes. It's more of a beautiful passion, where it's that kind of touching each other in the kitchen, holding each other's hands. It's very beautiful. And when we make love, it's very sensual. So you have all that kind of primal energy there. But that kind of settles down a little bit when you're in union, and it's just a day-by-day beautiful thing. So yes, the passion's there. What's it like being together? It's beautiful. I feel blessed every minute of every day to be in union with George. When I give to George, George gives to me. It's very equal, and it's very balanced, and it's very loving. And we have time that we spend together, but time that we also have apart. What does that mean? It means we understand what each other needs. There's a balance there. So we have days where we spend the whole day together, the whole night together, and we love that. We watch our show, we may go out, we hold hands on the sofa, we hold hands as we fall asleep in bed. We're very loving when we wake up in the morning with each other. It's just very beautiful. But we also know when we need our own space, because you have to have that too as a spiritual being. Otherwise you feel kind of trapped, and you need your own space to process things, especially the divine masculine. The masculine still need time in union to process things in their life. And divine feminine, you need time for you too, because when you're in union, you operate in both energies. So even though I'm a divine feminine and George is the divine masculine, we both experience each other's energy. And that keeps us very balanced and centered. And it also brings in respect, because I understand what he needs and he understands what I need. Just like when you're in union, you'll understand what your twin needs and your twin will understand what you need. So if we need a little bit of space, we've got a house now that's big enough to have that, I will watch my show because I love doing that. And George will play on his PlayStation with his friends and his brother and have that connection with them, that kind of community, because I get my community from you. You're my family. Now, George's a little bit different, obviously has his own family, which is you guys and people on his channel, but his community is his friends, his support is there. Remember, we get support in different ways. My connection is also with the angels, and I need time to connect with them. So sometimes I need that time to just talk to Jesus or talk to the angels. George may need time to think and process and do his own thing. So we're quite happy with doing our own thing. Now, that doesn't mean I'll leave him alone. It means when I'm making a cup of tea, I'll go and give him a cup of tea. Or, I'll ask him if he wants anything from the kitchen if I'm upstairs, because his room where he does his readings and his gaming room is all in one. He's got like his little room there. So I'll go and ask him if he wants anything. Or I'll be pottering around doing jobs in the house. Or, when I'm in my room and when he comes downstairs, say if he needs something from the kitchen, he wants to get a drink or something to eat, he'll pop in and say, how are you doing? We've still got that contact there, but we give each other space. Now, I'm not saying that's all the time. We live together, so we need that too. So perhaps, a night a week we'll do that, or maybe 2 nights a week, or, we'll spend some time together, and then he'll go on his game and I'll watch my show, whatever we decide to do. But it's very loving and giving and powerful, and I don't get triggered by anything. So whereas before union, things like that would have triggered me, because I'd have thought, why isn't he giving me all of his attention? Why isn't he giving me all his energy? I may have been wondering what he was doing, who he was talking to. None of that exists when you're in union. There's no jealousy, there's no anger, there's no kind of fear around anything with the connection. There's just unconditional love and trust. And that's what you take with you in union from all the lessons you've learned before union. And before union, I was a wreck with things like that. And another thing I've learned, George, his family is away, okay? In the UK, we live in a place called Staffordshire, and his family live in a place called Derbyshire. It's about an hour drive away, and George is driving now. So, every now and again for certain things, George will go and see his family. And the reason I don't go is because I'm busy with the channel, or I've got my own thing to do. So, he goes and he'll spend 4 or 5 days. He may spend 2 days with his best friends, 3 days with his family, and there's no fear around him going away. And it's really interesting to me, because I know how I was before union and how I've evolved and grown to be in union. So when he goes away, it's very loving because we kiss each other and he goes, and there's no fear there. I don't worry about what he's doing, who he's with, what he's up to. We don't really even message each other much because we don't need to, because we've now got that powerful telepathic bond. We know what each other is going through. So in the past, maybe I would have been bombarding him with messages. What you doing? How's your day going? What's going on? Wanting his energy, craving his energy. I no longer crave his energy because it's given to me freely. I connect with it anyway. I connect with it on a telepathic level. So when he's away, he's had a week away before where we've probably exchanged 6 text messages. Sometimes he'll and he always texts me first, by the way. Whereas before it would have been me always messaging him. I just am completely free and at ease with it. If he messages me, I reply. He'll send me a message, good morning, beautiful, what you doing? And I'll reply and I'll say, have a great day. I don't force the communication to continue. It's very free flowing. So that's another thing in union. You'll just feel at peace with it. And that may sound like a breath of fresh air because, maybe right now, you're going through that stress period where, you wanting his energy all the time, or you wanting to continue that communication, or he never messages you first, or any of those things. Well, trust me, those things will be healed for union. So that's the main thing I wanted to share with you guys. It's those things that mean something in union, because they are the things that keep the relationship solid. It's those things, the fact that you don't pressure anything, the fact that when you give, you receive. And, that's so amazing. Like, I love that if I give George a gift, he gives me one back. Or if I kiss him, he kisses me back. Like in another time, like I'll go to kiss him, he'll come to kiss me. If we're in different rooms or whatever we're doing. It's very loving and giving. And yes, the passion's there, of course it is. But you have to remember, life can get in the way too when you're in union. Life gets in the way of things. You've got a job, you may have kids, you may have family, you may be going through things like the menopause. I'm going through the menopause. So yes, we've got a very passionate, sensual, sexy connection, but it's not as you think it will be. Perhaps you think it's going to be 3 times a day, or, you're going to be jumping on each other. It's not like that. It's very sensual connection. So when you do make love, it means so much more. It's a beautiful thing. It's the way you connect and share that intimacy. But we have that intimacy every single moment of every day with each other. Even when he's in Derbyshire and I'm in Staffordshire, we've still got that intimacy. We've still got that bond. We still share that love. And it's just very beautiful. And, I look at George and he just turns me on in every single way. In my body, in my mind. I love the conversations we have and the time that we share, and the way he makes me laugh, and, the way we just get on. And that's because we're also best friends. We are a team. We are a love team, and we are united in love. And that's the same with your twin. That beautiful friendship will get stronger, and the love will get more powerful, and the connection will get stronger, because the friendship is the glue that holds it all together. And that's why it's so powerful. And in union, it doesn't matter what people think. I don't care what anybody thinks about me and George. And my mum, by the way, totally accepted the connection. George's family totally accept the connection. And when your family see you happy, they will totally accept the connection. Even if they hate your twin right now, or, they don't get on with them or anything like that. When they see you're happy and you are happy with your twin, your family will love it. And the right people, will be happy for you. And that's always the way it works. So that's what I want to share about union. You may have lots and lots of questions. And if you have, put them in the comments section. And then I'll do another video and talk about it and address those questions. But what I really want to share with you and get over to you is, you are a team, and you are a team right now with your twin. It's all about perception and the way you see it. But everything you're going through right now in your journey, all the pain, all the struggle, all the hurt, it's all teaching you lessons that you'll take into union. And in union, you'll feel at peace. And that's the beautiful thing. With your partner, you'll feel at peace. You have challenges, of course you will, because challenges are a part of life. And I don't mean challenges with the pair of you. You're a team. You're solid. You are forever. But you'll go through things like we went through my mum's death last year. I went through a big house move in June. That's very stressful. I had to go through sorting out all of my mum's estate and tying up all the house details and, connecting with my sister, who we've got a very challenging connection. So I dealt with that. So those challenges came in, but George gave me strength, because he's my rock, and your twin is your rock, and you are your rock, your twin's rock. You're each other's rock, you're each other's support system. So you'll have things that happen to you, like George learned to drive. So, he went through that this year. He went through some very intense things in his family last year too. So we go through things as an individual and as a couple, but we get through it together. And not only together, but we get through it with our connection with Source. So, I still connect with Jesus, the angels. I mean, when I'm doing these readings anyway, I'm working with the angelic realm constantly. But, my connection with my guides is strong. And sometimes George needs time out. He'll go in the shed, or he'll go for a walk, or he'll go for a drive now, or he needs that space. I don't worry and think, what's he doing? What's he thinking? What's going on? Because I have no worry at all. And it's the same with a physical thing. Before union, especially if there's an age gap, you may worry about that. You may worry about getting older, aging, all these things. They don't even come into it. The fact that right now, I'm not dyeing my hair, and I'm thinking, right, I'm going to wear some wigs next week because I don't want to dye my hair, okay? Because I'm just not feeling it right now. I'm feeling I want to be natural, and, I'm on about wearing wigs like, when I'm doing readings or, just something fun. I know I don't need to do that. But the fact that I've got a false tooth that I take out when I'm not doing readings or when I'm out and about. When I'm in the house, I take my false tooth out. I don't care what my hair looks like, because George loves me anyway for who I am, and he's still attracted to me no matter what. And it's the same with him. I love him no matter what. He's so sexy to me and gorgeous to me, and I just love him so much, no matter what he's wearing, what he's doing, whether he puts weight on or loses weight. It doesn't affect anything, because we are one. And that's what matters. And that's the point I want to get across about union. So if you have worries about your own self, your masculine sees you as precious and perfect and special just the way you are. So don't worry about changing, or, your masculine wanting someone else or any of those things, because they don't even come into it. You won't even think about that when you're in union, because you will totally trust the love, because you've healed everything pre-union to get there. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.